Warriors tonight. Times that thing starts 7.
That's the second game. I want to say 7:30. We'll double check.
All right. You want to talk a little matchup?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the Warriors.
Who's guarding De'Aaron Fox? Who you think starts on him?
Chris Paul. I got the matchups all right.
Oh, okay.
All right
Go ahead.
Oh, what I would do. And 888-957-9570 if you want to jump into the Warrior
7
conversation.
7 o'clock start, Sonny.
7 o'clock. Steph Curry's going to be on Kevin Huerter. That's not going to be a problem. Boy, I'm down on Huerter. Oh, boy, was he bad in that series last year. Wiggins is going to take Keegan Murray.
I like that.
Klay Thompson can guard Harrison Barnes. And
who had 27 at the half in his debut the other night.
And Sabonis and Looney will guard each other. I don't mind that for the Warriors.
But the pace is my problem. Like if Sacramento's able to get out and
slow
run.
them down. We're going to be able to slow them down.
Okay, that's what I want to see.
We want to play in the half court. We want to keep the game in the 80s.
Now look at
like
you.
The old Knicks.
I was about to call you Pat Riley.
D. Lou, the boss, says, make Fox a volume shooter. Yeah, how do you do that? You got to keep him out of the paint.
And man,
that's hard to do. Easier said than done. Wiggins has to get in the game.
That's everybody's watching, man. It's early. It's body language too, Steiny. He does have to get in the game. De'Aaron Fox, 33 minutes, 18 shots last opening night against Utah, 6 of 18. Only had a pedestrian 18 points, but plus 14.
That's all that matters. The dub. And the Warriors didn't get one in opening night, and the Kings did. Bennett Roth on the YouTube chat says GP2 will get plenty of assignments on Fox.
All right. He can do his hands, man.
Yeah, but
from behind,
Fox, I think Fox is a little too quick for him.
I think he's the fastest guy in the league right now. I mean, he's a problem.
Steiny, what's the trade value for Wiggins? That's yeah. Okay. Yep, Veggie Delight Wiggins has to show up.
Man.
You going?
Yeah, I'm going.
With who? Lil Darryl?
Lil D.
He's not back at school?
Yeah, he is. I'm picking him up right after.
From here?
Yep. And then we got a birthday party. The reason he's coming home, nobody asked. Tomorrow, big birthday party celebration for his one of his cousins.
Nice.
And then I'll leave Monday morning before I come here from Sac to Santa Clara to here. I've done it before. A lot of driving.
Oh, Santa Clara.
Yeah.
So you'll take him back to school Monday.
Yeah.
Monday morning.
Like 5:30.
Before the show.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. No, I've done that 9 times.
He'll be ready to go Monday.
Hey, Evan. Why is it Evan? I've done this thing 90 times.
Evan, get your rest Sunday night.
I've done this 900 times and you didn't even know. I don't like putting my baggage on you.
I believe you'll be ready, Gil, but no, that's a lot of driving,
That's
man.
Evan, and the caddy saying that. A lot of gas. I need an electric car.
7 a pop.
Hey. Steiny cracked me up the other day when you said GP2.
Oh, boy.
22 minutes. Can we get more? And Steiny response one. Okay.
What did you say about GP2? Yeah, pay that off.
I think I said make a shot.
Oh.
He's got to, I mean, look at this guy. James Harden. Your guy. Now the NBA's investigating him. Now they are. For missing the
team.
Missing the season opener.
He did what they told him, show up.
No, but he missed the opener. He missed the opener, then they wouldn't let him on the plane.
This is embarrassing, man.
So the league is telling James Harden that we need to look into why you missed the opening game and it was on national TV.
And what do you think he's going to say? I was told to stay away?
No. He'll get fined.
Wow. He's got it.
Yeah, he certainly does. You know what's funny is we got into it yesterday about, like, do you give Purdy the benefit of the doubt? Do you give, who's the other guy we said?
Wiggins.
I compared. Yeah, Wiggins.
Okay.
We got a little off track, but I was telling Evan at the cafeteria, to me, the subject's a great one. It's a great one. Why do you give players certain breaks? And why are you tougher on, not you, why are people tougher on other people? For example, if I say, we got to give James Harden a break? What would you say?
I feel like he's had 8 breaks.
Right.
And even I consider the teams bowing down and giving him his trade demand, like those are breaks to me. So I wouldn't have any sympathy. But for a guy like I just keep going to Wiggins, his demeanor, forget if he's stellar or he's playing good or bad, you just kind of feel like you know what I mean? Like I guess the word is believe him, Steiny.
Believe who?
Like whatever was going on with Wig, you get that benefit of the doubt just almost by your demeanor. I know it makes no sense.
Okay.
But that's what I went to.
Admit that.
Yeah, well, that's what I went to with Wiggins. Like the Andrew Wiggins, I think I know, the quiet guy on the court and off. I believe that's, he really was dealing with an issue.
Oh, I think he was dealing with an issue too that was very, very important to him.
Ah, wow.
But what did the others feel about how important it was?
So we can go down here and not being negative. I told you this. I really believe there can be some of that if, let's just say, everybody wasn't on board in the locker room.
It's possible. It's possible.
And who gets the benefit of that? Real quick, who get like Evan, you or I? How do you decide? Well, we've been around each other for a long time. The benefit of the doubt, I guess. Like, what's on Steiny's calculator for somebody to get the benefit of the doubt? Even in the workplace, so we can rule out just, I know them 18 years, like Dibs. Okay, he's gonna get it, but I'm talking about somebody that you ain't known that long, but you're around every day.
Well, let's throw some guys out there. Who's been talked about being moved? Like Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
He forced his way out of Portland. Okay. Are we mad at that? Or it's Damian Lillard. Maybe it's okay because you're from Oakland and he's from Oakland.
No, he finally did it. He tried to be loyal at a fault to where I criticized him. Yeah, so that one was the golden child here, finally. But you stuck around a longer time than James Harden or any other guys would have.
Yeah. See, I mean, that particular move, I will never praise him for, backing out of Portland. I don't think I'll hold it against him. That's what some players do now.
But you gave him love for not
giving him love.
No, but you had given him love for being one of those.
Yeah.
Loyal.
Said
that ain't gone all the way down the toilet.
Pretty much. Damn. Like, he gets credit for staying with Portland for 10 years or whatever it was. Now he's left Portland. He's back to square one. I mean, look.
That's amazing.
Can we put the rat on the table?
Brought to you by Echo.
Guy said he wanted to retire in Portland, and then he forced his way out. Why can't we just look at it the way it is? Oh, well, but it's Dame, and he can do that.
Well,
and
relationships do erode, Steiny. Yeah. So when he did say that, he probably meant it.
And when Kyrie said he was going to stay in Boston for his own life.
Now that's a whole different thing.
What do you mean?
This guy, I don't think he gets the benefit of the doubt.
I know, but they all did the same thing. They all forced their way out of. What about Durant?
Wow.
To me, I put them all in the same boat. That's me. Let's go to Pat. Right. Pat's from Foster City.
FC.
Hey, Pat, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for taking the call.
Sure.
Yeah, real quick, you were talking last week about Klay Thompson and his contract deal, and it got me thinking about, age and how it relates to performance in the NBA. And being a stat guy like I am, I started doing some digging around, and you guys are probably aware of all this, but maybe some of the listeners maybe aren't as much. But, if you look at, and I've started digging into this stuff, and in terms of age, the typical NBA player is at their prime at about 27.8 years. That's when they hit the prime. That's stat number one. Stat number two, we haven't had a league MVP that's been older than 28 years old for 15 years. The last guy to do it that was over 28 was Kobe Bryant. That's stat number two. In stat three, I found really interesting. I saw a distribution of plus minuses of all the players in the league over quite a long number of years based on age. And if you look at the distribution, and these are people that played so many games and whatnot, if you look at that distribution, once you get past like 32 years old, the plus minuses start to plummet. I mean, they kind of go off the chart. They're down at 0, -5, -10. I mean, it gets really negative. So the point is, once most players get to 30 years old, they're definitely on the downside of their career. And I started thinking, how many Warriors do we have that statistically their very best year ahead is this season, not next year, not the year after, but Draymond Green, Clay, Steph, Corey Joseph, Chris Paul, what's his name? Even Peyton. I mean, Green. So many of these players are, so it does make me nervous about some of these long-term contracts, and that's why I'm glad they're kind of hitting the pause button on Clay, because you can only have so many guys. Maybe they'll be the outliers. I don't know, but they're not all going to be outliers. So it makes me just a little bit concerned. I'm a big Warrior fan. I hope they do great, but I thought that was kind of interesting.
No, it is. Go ahead,
Pat, you're speaking my language.
Is Pat still there? What about 2022, Pat? I know Chris Paul wasn't here, but that makes you more appreciated more. They defied all odds.
But
Tom Cruise against all odds.
I told you.
I get it.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Well,
what they did 2 years ago doesn't matter anymore.
To you, but to them, they know they can.
To whom?
The Warrior players, they probably feel like with a break, maybe they think that Chris Paul moved. I think they're going to take the floor tonight, and even before.
And treat it like the Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
No, feeling like we ain't mincemeat. Jay Williams is wrong. Because Jay Williams is not the only one saying the Warriors don't have a shot. And there was that noise in 2022. Now, you didn't have an older 38-year-old. You had a youngster in Jordan.
And you had a 33-year-old Steph, not 36. And Clay is worse than he was now, probably, than when he's coming back. And Draymond's not the same player.
I heard Kerr on with Willard and Dibbs, and one of the guys asked him about, I'm paraphrasing, Steiny, like, when do you know what you got or the trends? And I want to say he said, and I could be wrong here, 20 to 25 games. When are you going to be, like, tonight's only going to be the second game. When I see you Monday, they will have played 3. When are you, like, Goo, I think this is a trend more so than, it's early.
Let me tell you what I think is a trend. They're old.
Well,
that's a trend.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going away. Every single game I watch the Warriors, age is going to be an issue. Just like their three-point shooting's an issue. Just like their on-ball or their point-of-attack defense is important. They got things they got to overcome. Doesn't mean they can't, but age is one of them. Nick's in Clayton. Let's go to Nick in Clayton. Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys. How you doing this afternoon?
Hey.
Doing well.
You guys were talking about something earlier, and Guru made a very astute point, in my opinion, about when you give players the benefit of the doubt in terms of what's going on, and Guru made the point about based on their demeanor, your subjective idea of whether or not they have credibility in whatever you're trying to figure out with them. And though I do believe Wiggins well, I think what that demeanor is a lot of times is the guys who get their nose to the grindstone. And while I think it's beneficial sometimes to look at that, there are guys out there who definitely get their nose to the grindstone and seem like they're credible, and then all of a sudden they're not who everyone thinks they are. I remember when the first thing that came to my mind was when Marvin Harrison had the thing in Philly where he had some gun, and it might have had some. And I was thinking Marvin Harrison, he's quiet, nose to the grindstone, in sync with Peyton Manning. Oh, he must study his playbook all day long. Nah. But this had me thinking about that too. Nothing. I don't think anything nefarious about Wiggins. I really do think he was going through something, and everyone needs to respect it. But just a little throwing a little caution out there, I think, is probably a good way to go.
All right. Appreciate the call.
Good stuff.
Nick, appreciate the call.
You know what he's referring to? I always had Marvin Harrison down as quiet and, reverend-like. He didn't say that's who he is, but that was his persona. And he's blasting cats or shooting gun battles at the car wash in Philly.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
No doubt.
I'm looking at the Warriors roster right now on Basketball
Reference. What are you looking for? All right.
And I don't see Draymond Green. It's
Day.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
What you looking for?
You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for some people who will acknowledge common sense, and it's this. I don't believe 4 of the top 6 Warrior players. 4 of the top 6 Warrior players. Steph's going to be 36 in March. Chris Paul's 38. And Draymond and Clay turn 34 early next year. That's why I don't think the Warriors are going to win it. It's that simple.
So the opponent is not their biggest foe. It's Father Time.
Well, sure, if you want to put it that way. But that's what happens with Father Time. The young guys become better than the guys who are getting up there. Mystic in San Francisco.
Mystic, this is first call of the hoop season.
What's up, Mystic?
What's up? Hey, fellas. Hey, man, I think everybody's missing the point on the Warriors. Like, I understand that some of the best players are older, but I think what people are leaving out is something that Steiny didn't want to acknowledge last year, which is Kuminga is ready to take a bunch of minutes off of a bunch of people, and I don't think Chris Paul is going to be starting all year. So you have Draymond, and you have Chris Paul, and you have Clay, and Kuminga and Moody will take up a lot of their minutes this year, and Kerr needs to adapt to let that happen. You can keep these guys fresh to the end of the game, the last 5 minutes, that's fine. But having them play heavy minutes, we know that's not going to work. But I don't really think that's the plan, guys. I think they're looking at their young guys and saying they can play.
Appreciate the call.
Yeah, Kuminga had 20 minutes.
You want him to play more? What's he going to do when Draymond comes back? That's the issue.
What's Chris Paul going to do when Draymond comes back? Like, there's a lot of stuff still on the table.
Speaking of coming back, per Nick Wagner of ESPN, Brock Purdy is participating again during the early open portion of Friday's practice. So same as yesterday, out there with pads on, participating. We'll learn more from Kyle Shanahan in about an hour as to whether or not he's got a good chance to play or not.
And Evan, I think just by you saying he's out there in his pads, we may know, Charvarius Ward, Beard on YouTube said he was asked what was the difference between the drop-off with Brock Purdy and Darnold. He said, there ain't no drop-off. We're good. So that's confidence in both guys. But it seems like, man, all systems might be a go for Brock Purdy. I wouldn't do it, but I'm not a coach. And this will be interesting Sunday morning when we find out who's under center.
He's going to play.
No doubt.
Purdy.
Looks that way.
Kenny Pickett, hold my beer.
Yeah, would be the first player this season.
Oh, that for sure.
Yeah, it would. Let's go to Alex is in the city. What's going on, Alex? How you doing, man?
Doing great, guys. Appreciate taking my call. I just wanted to say one quick thing and then one longer thing. One quick thing. A lion does not concern himself with the opinions of sheep. The Warriors do not consider themselves rivals with Sacramento, whether they consider themselves rivals with us. Enough said. Also, real quick, when everyone's kind of harping on Guru for being negative, but being a Cowboys fan will do that to you. That's just kind of how it goes.
Nice.
Stuck it to you.
It's a bummer deal. The thing I really wanted to talk about, though, is the age. Steph Curry's only 3 years removed from a Finals MVP. So those stats you hear aren't necessarily what they are. Those are rolling averages, and those numbers are going up. The average year that somebody's an MVP. So
hey, real quick,
I think the age is.
Can I ask you a question, Alex? What was the thing you said about the lion doesn't concern himself with? That was a good one.
The lion does not concern himself with the opinions of sheep. That was Tywin Lannister.
What about
said that from Game of Thrones?
What about old lions? What if the lions are really old?
Yeah, but I mean, look at the Sacramento franchise has won one playoff series in 40 years or something like that. What is that?
Well, no, they've won more than that.
Yeah.
They've won more than that. Thanks a lot, Alex. Appreciate the call.
My man said, what if they're old lions? Doesn't change.
Yes, it does.
You're still a lion.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You're a figment of what you used to be.
But you're still better than the sheep.
Are you?
No doubt.
Are you?
Isn't that also what the New York Giants offensive lineman Evan Neal said about the media that was criticizing him in the offensive line?
Oh, man, he was.
And then Don LaGreca absolutely ripped him for like 2 minutes.
Remember he made the popcorn. Yeah, that guy's flipping burgers.
Yeah, no. I insert myself with the opinion of sheep.
Wow.
That's a 4. That's absolutely a 4.
We're going to see tonight.
We'll see one thing. It's just a game.
They did win. You want to be 0-2 going to Houston.
There's 82 games.
Yeah. 81.
Gotcha.
No, he didn't.
They played one already.
I said there are 82 games. I didn't say 82 games left.
We might
you
review
don't know what I was talking about.
Throw the red flag.